We focused in this session on the legal aspects of civil rights. I thought you might like to see a few of the resulting demographic and opinion trends. One is the extraordinary change that's taken place in Americans' opinions, the increasing acceptance of the idea that, at least in law, America should be colorblind. Contrast the results of these two opinion polls, taken 3 decades apart, on the question of whether whites and blacks should attend the same schools. You might have noticed that the second poll was conducted in 1984, which is roughly the time that pollsters stopped asking the question. School integration in America has become a socially accepted fact. The everyday lives of historically disadvantaged groups have also improved. Here's one indicator: federal employment. Notice how different the federal workforce looks today than it did even 3 decades ago. Back in 1981, women, blacks, Hispanics held 5% or fewer of the top administrative posts. Today, they hold a much larger proportion. There's even one indicator where the historical pattern has been reversed. As you can see from this chart, women now outnumber men at America's selective colleges and universities. 4 decades ago, the reverse was true. Women's educational gains go beyond enrollment figures. Compared with men, women on average are more likely to attend college, get better grades, and complete their studies on time. By other indicators, of course, women are still held back by social bias. Only about 5% of the CEOs of major U.S. corporations are women. For the most part, other disadvantaged groups have not fared as well as women have. Racial prejudice has been particularly difficult to root out, and Black Americans continue to struggle for their fair share of America's benefits. Here's one example: childhood poverty. As you can see, the proportion of black children living in poverty far exceeds the proportion of white children. Poverty can destroy a child's chances later on of getting a job or a college education. Childhood poverty can also lead to lifelong poverty, with devastating consequences for the individual's sense of well-being and self-worth. Clearly, it takes a long time to rid society of its biases. But history also teaches us that progress is possible. It was once the case, for example, that Catholics were viewed with contempt in America. When Catholics from Ireland arrived in large numbers in the 1800s and early 1900s, they had trouble finding jobs. If they tried to move into a Protestant neighborhood, they were told in no uncertain terms to get out. Today, extreme forms of anti-Catholic bias are exceedingly rare. Equality has been an elusive ideal for many Americans, but it has also fueled their demand that the country live up to its promise of equality for all. That ideal, equality for all, has been a powerful force behind social and political change in the United States.